Guess who's back from the dead? It's been roughly 2 weeks since my last video, mostly because I've been pretty sick and in the hospital. I'm fine now, no worries. My normal upload schedule resumes right now. And while I'm at it, I figured I'd let you guys know that I'm launching my brand new Twitch channel at the first of the year. You can find me on there at Jayboy_TV, and if possible, I'd like to even do a few broadcasts here on YouTube. If you're feeling generous, you could even follow me on Twitter. Links are in the description. Thank you for your time, you beautiful damn people, you. So, this is Martyr's Retribution. It's a new grenade launcher that went live alongside the season of Dawn, boasting a new frame type that can be both gimmicky and overpowered. Let's take a look. Single round mag, high velocity, high blast radius, mid stability, high handling. For a single round launcher, it has an exceptionally decent reload speed, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to see the new frame in action. Wave frame launchers fire special grenades that unleash waves of elemental energy when they make contact with any surface excluding the body of your target. As a result, they end up being extremely situational, but still remain potent. And as I ramble on about how this new gun functions, you'll see a few examples in the back. Let's check it out. When you actually have this gun in your hands, it feels good. Any default drop will handle well enough with a decent ADS speed. It takes roughly a second and a half to reload, and it's stable enough to the point where the recoil doesn't throw out your shoulder every time you hit the trigger. It does have both some pros and cons, much like every other gun. Martyr's Retribution excels at clearing high-density mob clusters in narrow corridors and tight spaces where there's little to no room to move. Its quick reload speed makes it more versatile than something like a fighting lion. What makes Martyr special is that the damage moves instead of congregating at one location, giving the gun forward momentum that can push ad waves backward at a decent speed. As I said before, however, this is highly situational. A normal grenade launcher can be used in almost any scenario, really. If you have a Wendigo, pretty much you've already won. The big difference here isn't the amount of damage, but rather damage placement. We're dealing with a moving damage field. That's why this weapon could never be suitable for any type of boss damage. All the damage comes from the wave. On the topic of the wave, it travels significantly further than I originally expected, being a good 15 to 20 meters in front of the player. So it has a really good damage range on top of it too, and the wave is wide enough to where it just feels right. On a lower note, a big thing that bothers me about this frame is that the targets don't burn when they're damaged by it. This gun could have been amazing for a middle tree hunter if the solar energy burned the target, even for just a split second. I've spent a good 3 days with this gun so far, and reviews are, well, they're mixed. Let's just say that, they're mixed. I know you can see what I've been up to on screen here, trying to put it through its paces. Sadly, each drop I've gotten has been complete and total hot garbage, with gun perks ranging from something like surrounded to even outlaw, so this has been me physically forcing my hand on it, if you will. The thing about this weapon in specific is that there are a good amount of situations where it can be extremely handy, and a significantly larger number of scenarios where it causes more problems than anything else. That being said, there's more than one place that this gun can drop the ball. Any area that's wide and open, which is well, that's kind of everything, makes it exceedingly easy to avoid. Hitting a target with a grenade does virtually nothing to them. All of the damage comes from the initial explosion, followed by the wave damage. When you combine it with high energy fire, it can deal an extremely large amount of damage to mob clusters, which is a plus, but that's the thing about it. Unless the situation calls for burning lines of fire flying on the ground, it's more of a hindrance than it is a boost. On a more positive note, I do think Bungie balanced the damage output of this launcher exceptionally well, mostly because for the first time we have a weapon designed for an intended purpose and it actually functions the way that it's supposed to. It doesn't blow everything into another dimension, but it also isn't weak by any means. In short, this is an interesting launcher. It's not raid-worthy by any stretch, but in high-scaling instances, I guess it can push for strong crowd control and even in certain scenarios, be used as a defensive weapon, which is unique. Positioning is a big part of trying to use this awkward-ass gun, but it can put a large emphasis on territorial control. Now, before I wrap this up here, I'd like to talk a bit about the wave damage just for a minute. So, it goes out pretty far, as you've likely seen, but the width of that wave is exceptionally larger than it may seem when you fire it for the first few times. The damage from the wave also stacks too, so getting 3 of these on a crowd of majors all at once will literally melt them. But like I said, that grenade has to be precise precise as shit, or it's not worth your time at the moment. So those are my thoughts on the Martyr's Retribution, and just so everyone is aware, I have been exceedingly sick over the past 2 weeks. This is why no one has heard anything from me. No posts, no videos, nothing but a bunch of vague tweets about me possibly dying and all that. The irony here is that the only non-alcoholic in the family, me, is the guy who ends up with the liver problem, so talk about winning the fucking genetic lottery. Anyway, I'm back at a decent spot health-wise, so my normal upload schedule will resume as it previously did. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you learned a thing or two about this gun from it today. I'm already hard at work with these new Charge of Light mods that Bungie rolled out with the brand new season, and of course, let's not forget about this seasonal artifact. So keep your eyes peeled for those in the immediate future. Also, simply because it is overly fitting, today's end screen will be iconic.